Yeah, I'll start, I think. It will be in the form of interview, and you might be surprised because we also have slides. So I'll be asking questions, and surprisingly, the answers will be presented on the slides, right? Because we are prepared all the time.
And obviously, I will totally ignore the pictures and talk about something completely different.
And
so it's going to be a bit of a battle here, I think.
Yeah. So don't be surprised that we have maybe 15 slides and we will end the presentation on the first slide, because he's a visionary guy and he could talk hours about the strategy, the future, which is actually the topic for today's intro. Let's start from introducing ourselves. I'm Łukasz Majer, again. I'm marketing, but also starting from this year, business solutions department director. It's important for me to mention that because I'll be presenting some industrial solutions that we implement or implemented for customers in the next presentation. So I have this, these credentials now to talk about it. And our fantastic visionary and funny CEO, Johan Melander.
Thank you, Łukasz. Yes, so I'm Johan Melander. I'm the CEO and founder of Novacura. And I expect all of you to give lots of praise and applause, just as Janne mentioned previously.
But maybe after the presentation, because we are quite late now. And not for too long. Okay, I need to say something. I need to comment why we have these slides, because we actually, initially I wrote it, carefully stolen from the Novacura strategy. And yeah, that's why we have these slides here. So when we talk about the future, we can't just imagine something. It has to be tangible, and we have it well defined in our strategy. So everything we bring today for you is actually written in a stone. Is a strategy a stone in our company, One? Don't answer. Okay. So first, before we touch the future, I would like to quickly do a recap, summarize the current positioning for Novacura Flow. Oh, sorry. Jesus Christ.
Talking about strategy, one thing is that you expect it to go, you can implement the strategy maybe in 1 year or 2 years, but it takes a long time. It's like a marathon. So all of the things that Łukasz is talking about now was planted like maybe 4 years ago, and we've just been executing on them. But so if you work with strategy or strategy implementation, you need to be from Ethiopia. You need to continue running forever. It's like a long distance race. But hopefully you can see some of the fruit of our effort.
Yeah, when you think about Novacura Flow, you could say it's a local platform, but this is not the way we name it. We usually say we are a local platform dedicated for expanding ERP systems on your left side and for supporting the most demanding, as we often say, industries. And these could be just, you see the industries like field service, logistics, manufacturing, energy sector. You could say these are just slogans, empty words. Actually not, because we have very many features and capabilities embedded in a package that support these two verticals, these two pillars. So for ERP systems, I should mention dedicated ERP connectors that you perfectly know, and we have to, and we maintain them, right? Because it's not only that we have a connector, but we give you the guarantee that we will be maintaining it over a time and always deliver a version that is compatible with the latest ERP version. We have our deep ERP integration concept where we actually operate directly on ERP objects instead of storing data locally. We have features like mapping flow users onto ERP users that happens somewhere in the background that gives you this really easy way of building applications without taking care of privileges and data access. And some other features, and to not forget about the marketplace, equipped with applications dedicated for your ERPs. And on my left side, you have industrial solution. And if I remember slide correctly, we have specific features for the most demanding industries. Like, for instance, the offline mode. It's probably the second bullet on my slide. No, it's the third one. Jesus, I should be better prepared. Yeah, offline, I don't have to explain it. We have Bluetooth low energy to connect with devices, read some information from the equipment and so on. And yeah, we have barcodes and other stuff that other local platforms don't support, or they don't support it to the extent we do. So this is our current positioning. ERP systems orientation and industrial orientation for specific well-selected industries. Now, the question is, what would be the main theme for us when we look at the future? And I think to ask about the future is the best if I hand over to you, Johan.
So some things stay the same. At the end of the day, it's all about efficiency, cost, time, and quality. So I guess our ambition is to help you to make your companies more efficient, faster, better, cheaper. It hasn't changed, it will not change. So for that reason, we identify two personas. Of course, the designers and developers working in developing applications, they should have a really slick tool in order to support their industries, their process areas. At the same time, we need to put focus on the end users operating the business. So our target is to create the best user experience for the designers, the developers, and the end users. Over the last couple of years, I would say that we put a lot of focus on the designers and developers. And it's time for us to start shifting over focus to end users. At the same time, the world is changing. So the old single-tenant on-prem ERP systems are moving up, becoming cloud. Some ERPs are becoming multi-tenant cloud. And of course, we need to relate to that journey and support you as customers in that journey. Whether you've already upgraded to Infor Cloud Suite or if you are on your way from IFS 9 or 10 to IFS Cloud. Of course, we should support you and be the bridge between those two worlds. And there are other features now, like artificial intelligence, that are entering the scene. We need to think, how can we support you to support the business in the best way, both in terms of designers and developers and end users?
Because we believe if we support designers and developers in a good way, then they will support the end users automatically. Yeah, so the natural question comes, so how this vision affects our strategy for the next couple of years? What will be changed, or if it will be changed?
I mean, first of all, our platform is operating slick, swift, smoothly on multiple ERP systems. It's natural for us to continue that journey and moving to other ERP systems. Still having the focus on the industries, every industry has its own process areas, and we know them quite well. To be honest, the business doesn't change. Even if you're running IBM Maximo or IFS or Infor, maintenance is maintenance, field service is field service, logistics is logistics, right? So I think we have lots of capabilities that we could offer our new markets. Markets is, of course, also for us other countries. Our footprint right now is, I'm looking at Axel now, guesstimating, but could it be like 40% Nordics, maybe 50? I would guess second US, 30, 40, and then let's say the rest, sort of. I think we can also expand into other countries. So that's also super interesting when we look on expanding into new markets. Then, of course, as we go into this, if we now start tipping over from working on the designers and developers, we go into the industries, into the process areas. It's super interesting for us also to start to create applications, maybe specifically targeted process areas. And again, a lot of new technologies, disruptive technologies will occur in these process areas, like logistics, like field service. So, and we want to play a part with that together with you guys, basically. Meaning that we will also create our own independent apps moving forward.
Talking about which, because I think I need to control the time a bit, we would like to introduce one more item to our offering, which is totally independent, full-fledged industry solutions. You might say, yeah, what else did you do for the last couple of years? Yeah, for sure. We implemented a lot of these solutions for our customers. I mean, WMS systems, shop floor reporting solutions, to name a few. But we want to move we do a next step, and we would like to make the solutions more independent from the ERP system. You might say, wait. You just mentioned that you're dedicated to supporting ERPs and you want to build something independent. Yes, we would like to build without compromising the ERP orientation. This will be we will keep it, definitely, but we also would like to build fantastic independent solutions that, yes, they will be integrated with ERP system, but in a classical way, because we want to spread out our fantastic local technology also to those customers who don't rely on the ERP systems that much. And I'll move forward because, I would like you, Johan, to quickly refer to these topics because the strategy has impact on the capabilities that we would like to build and develop in our platform, right? So these are the common capabilities, common themes, right? If you could quickly comment, please.
I mean, I start with number 3, I think. It's too boring to do 1, 2, 3. I'd start with 3.
Of course. Yeah.
So I think as designers and developers, we want features. We want availability of everything that's out there. So obviously the design time, the studio needs to be connected to the internet so that we have all the resources available on the planet, basically, as well as all the resources available in your local shop, like your plant. So, I mean, I think what we would like to see is an explosion of connectors where we can access multiple things. And it seems like the industry is going more and more towards standards. And I guess you could see it now with OData, with REST, etc. It sort of becomes a standard. And I think hopefully we could see that also when we connect to the factories, and that when we talk to machine IoT, that there will be standards rising as well. The problem is, of course, if you have old devices, then it's more difficult. So I think in terms of 3, it's to enable more features, basically, to create an even richer, better user experience, and at the end of the day, faster, better, cheaper, better quality of the processing of the data. Telemetry is, of course, to know and understand the processing of the of the apps that we have, to see how much is it used and what can we do. I mean, if we look back, now I ask Lars, who did the T50 project, cutting down the lead time by 50%? Lars, you know that probably. T50. No. Okay. Anyways, so I mean,
we do that all the time. Anyway.
No, but when you look at it, you could see that when you look at the processes, you have telemetry. Of course, you can reduce the time. You can see where is the most time spent in which user steps. That's a good area to start optimizing to see if we can make things even more better. Telemetry could be used in other areas as well, but I think that is kind of important. AI, do you have specific slides on AI?
Yeah, so this is just a list of things, but we will spend some more time, if we have it, on the AI and the examples, because we prepared tangible, real specific examples of AI implementation in the context of our platform and the users. We also have kind of 2 more things related to expanding the ERPs, like the left side of the previous screen. Yeah, so we would offer, you will see that later during the conference, better marketplace integration, and you will be able to easily download and upload applications from within the Flow Studio or maybe in the future Flow Hub. And we will also build and expand as the library of marketplace applications. And I'm not only thinking about applications like ready-made apps, but also I'm thinking about components and library of snippets, fragments of apps. For the end users and for when we especially think about this independent industrial solutions, first, we listen to your voice. So we know our UI could be better, right? To say it delicately. And we want to equip you with much more flexible ways of shaping the user interface and layouts for mobile clients and for web clients. We would like to also give you the ability to build more natural mobile applications, because we currently only support the step-by-step user interface where everything goes after the previous step. We would like to offer something that we call tree workflows, where you actually can access any option and then you can go back to the top menu, as we all experience with typical apps like YouTube or Spotify. Why did I choose these two? or banking application. And yeah, we also, and this is the last important element here, and I'll switch to the next slide, is the data layer, because we currently don't support like the data layer inside of our platform, and we need it if we want to stay independent from the ERP system. So you obviously can create your custom objects, you can create dedicated database somewhere and connect to that, but you don't have enough support directly from Flow Studio, and we are going to add it to the package. And now, a time for AI. Your turn.
Yes, Łukasz, thank you. Dziękuję. So I heard someone say, maybe you read it as well, that someone said that I don't want AI to do music and arts. I want AI to do the cooking and take care of the children. So I mean, it's kind of depressing that AI is doing everything that is what we believe shape us ourselves as human beings. Like, it would be better with a robot that hoovers, sort of. It's a bit disruptive, I think.
Did you know that they already shipped these robots to Hoover?
Probably.
Okay, yeah, there is something. I heard.
So when we look at AI, of course, we have the personas. So we could see how can we support the Flow developers, designers and developers. And I think that's where we start. That's our starting ground. That's why we will see AI first embedded in our product. Secondly, of course, super interesting is the end users and the industries and the process areas. I think a lot of companies right now are struggling to find use cases. The board of directors, they are all saying AI is super important, and everyone is asking, how can we use it? Some companies are ahead, but a lot of companies are struggling to find these good use cases.
And we prepared a couple today. And the last one, I like this area a lot. We also see the opportunity for the AI in the area of optimizing the processes. When we finally have the telemetry in place, and when we collect all the data and measurements regarding the processes that you run on a daily basis, we will be able to connect the AI intelligence to that and help you shape the processes and optimize them and remove the bottlenecks and also expand the processes in some other areas. And to not leave you with just a vision, we collected a couple of examples here actually. And Johan, please, we even didn't think that we will describe you all of these, but we wanted to choose some of these, choose the ones you wanted to.
Yeah, I'll start from the bottom again, I think. No, let's go with this, my wet dream. This is on the IFS, to convert an old PL SQL script into a Flow script and also the connectors. I think that would be a sweet spot. If you look at the IFS market, there's about 3,500 IFS customers that are about to upgrade to IFS Cloud, moving from 7, 8, 9 with old technologies. A lot of them have built integrations, mobility, automation in PL SQL scripts. If we could automate that, would be a magical thing, I think, for that user community. We've just hired a product owner for artificial intelligence. If any of you would like to go into some kind of labs mode together with us, I will be sponsoring it free of charge. If you think all these 3,500 IFS customers, 150 have upgraded, 3,350 remains to be upgraded. All of them have what? 50 integrations and mobiles, maybe 100, I don't know. And then you just do the numbers. You are understanding that these are hundreds of thousands of hours if you should do it manually. It's a game changer. So that's just an entry point, I think. Yeah. Maybe we should take number 10 as well. Test freshly created. Yeah. I'm thinking that, is it possible to record the behavior of the business, what they do, sort of play record, just record what's happening. And then when you have a new version, maybe you're upgrading your ERP system or you're upgrading Flow, you get a new version, you need to go through this tedious work of testing, which is dead boring. Couldn't you just play them? In order to do that, of course, we need to sort of distract ourselves from running against the actual system. So the connectors need to somehow run in demo mode, not do the physical transactions in their ERP system, but instead pick up sample data. Because then you sort of test the overall behavior of the application.
But I would go a step further here, and I would say, let's imagine you just created your application and it uses your custom tables and objects, and it's like completely empty because you don't have invoices to play with and so on. Click the button and ask the AI to understand your data model and create some artificial data for testing with some boundary, data to test the specific examples. This is what I have in mind. Just to mention one more, I would like to choose data import companion, the second one. Why isn't it blue? It's the one that you could use. Let's imagine you have a CSV file or Excel file or XML file, and you would like to prepare an app that will import it to your Flow client application. Let's use the AI. Let's show her or him. Is it she or he? We don't know.
AI is pretty boring. I think it's a he.
Yeah, it's an old guy, I think, with a bird residing in cloud. So I think we will let AI do the boring job and prepare the file reading element and CSV file parsing part, and it will appear in the Flow Studio like immediately. Let's move forward to the end users. And which example would you like to choose, or should I be first?
I guess my focus right now is a lot of in the area of finance. So I guess if you ask me, I will go into finance. Because that's what I'm stuck right now, sort of have my focus. But maybe you start, Łukasz.
I think your favorite example is to check the data inconsistency. And you just see a lot of data and you have like invoice attribution and you assign costs to all the departments as you normally do, right? And you try to make what's marketing costs residing in marketing. The AI could assist you in that and could check some other properties and learn over the time from the previous attributions made by people, by accountants, and then show inconsistency. But it could go, again, a step further. Let me continue. You want to?
No, please.
No, okay. Then it's good. I have my flow, And so, please imagine the more direct interaction with users. So you are in the mobile application, you report your travel expenses, and you say, I was in the US. I mean, let's assume I'm in Europe. So I traveled to US and I flew back, and then I report 1,000 Swedish kronas for the plane ticket. It obviously should be 10,000. AI could find it as a mistake and quickly pop up with some, hint that maybe you meant 10,000 instead of 1,000. So this is also the AI support for end users. Right, please.
No, I mean, where I am at right now, we are running IFS as a system. We have 10 companies. We have 200 users, or like we have 200 employees. We have lots of data in the general ledger. I think it would be super interesting to analyze that data to find the inconsistencies and the deviations, and also maybe use that in creating the forecast, the budget, sort of. But again, this is the financial area. I think when it comes to vast amounts of data, AI is probably pretty good to analyze it and also create something on that basis. So it's a controlling thing where I see a lot of use case. And I think there will be someone that pick this pretty soon and offer these kinds of applications or solutions.
But I'm representing the vision that is closer to the end users. So please imagine a warehouse operator who has this instant support from AI in their mobile device. I know, guys, we are a bit late, but I hope it's interesting. So so you reduce the time for onboarding for the new users because the AI is constantly there supporting him. What should I select here? Select this property because it will be proper for your shipment. Last couple of examples. Let me do that very quickly, okay? Process optimizations. And you could think, let's feed the AI with the telemetry data and all the measurements, and it will immediately find the bottlenecks and all the tasks that consume the most of the time, which is very obvious thing. But AI could also help us determine and find all the frauds, like people who work in a very specific way. It could indicate that there is something wrong. It's inconsistency with the procedures, or even it's literally a fraud. So it could Zoom, put a spotlight on some things. Yeah, sorry for that. Yeah, it's probably the message that I have to finish. And I would like to also mention that also the AI could help you check the consistency of all the data located in the system, yeah, by comparing different objects and so on. Quick recap, right? Time to wrap up. Johan, your turn. You're the good one for
right.
summary.
So in order for us to be able to serve our purpose to create the best experience for the designers and developers and end users, we need to connect. We need to connect to all of you. We need to work much closer with you. And we need to turn our product management, product owners, from being inbound facing to be outbound facing, to reach out, basically. And for that reason, we introduced Novacura Flow Connect. Because then we will be connected. We could give you new updates on a bi-weekly basis.
Which is a perfect connection to the next presentation.